is that Arsenal are looking to sign Eberechi Eze after strong interest from Tottenham Hotspur. He actually agreed, guys. He agreed to go to Tottenham Hotspur. Arsenal will be looking to pay 67 million for him and have offered Palace easier payments and terms just to sweeten the deal. But Eze always wanted Arsenal over Spurs. What is your instant reaction to that, Mr. Don?
What? What is what my reaction, yeah? What now? Because you were running up your mouth the other day about Eze, right? This is Sol Campbell Part 2, people.
Ooh.
Sol Campbell 2.0, right? He turned you the champions of Europe. Surely he ain't going to turn down the champions of Europe. What have we got to offer that they can't? Look, they're in the Champions League as well. And they're the champions of Europe. So surely he'd go in there, wouldn't he? Why would he want to come to us for?
You'd think so.
Right? You know, we ain't won nothing. You know,
Spent $1
second
billion
again, a and all that. It makes no sense. It's a World Cup year. You're going to play all the time, right? Because Maddison's out. So why on earth?
I've even heard they offered more wages. Robin.
And they offer more wages. Thank you very much. Shake my hand there, Mr. Matisse. Shake my hand there, yeah. I know.
To play alongside Morgan Gibbs-White.
I know you're hurt as well because it's a wicked signing. But, right, why on earth? Why on earth would he go to Arsenal?
Well, first and foremost, he's an Arsenal fan. So fair play. Look, this is just the history of the Tottenham.
No, the Tottenham. You have to say it right.
This is the history of the Tottenham. Better for you. Look, I know all of you want me to be annoyed and fuming, and I'm annoyed.
You are.
I am annoyed. Obviously, I'm annoyed. But I don't know what people expect. Like, this is just typical Daniel Levy. It's just typical of the club. Like, this has been spoken about for months and months and months. Even like last summer, it was spoken about, right? Getting Eze. So if you want to fanny about not wanting to pay the money and you want to, like, you know, jinky-majink around with the payments and try and find a pound down the back of the sofa and just, you know, put out ridiculous terms and string it along just so you can save a bit of cash. Daniel Levy is like notoriously difficult to deal with, right? That's why so many clubs won't deal with him. If you want a player, put the money down and sign the player. You even hear about, like, when he did that documentary, right? Spurs are so under PSR, they could probably go and spend like 300 mil and still be under it, right? Open the purse strings, go and get the player that's going to make your team better. I'm not annoyed. I'm not annoyed. I'm not annoyed. I'm not annoyed.
I'm annoyed.
Sounds like someone would say if they are
because
annoyed.
this is just the epitome. This is the typical Tottenham, and this is what it has been like under this dictatorship for several decades now. Okay.
They were bigging him up.
No, I'm never bigging him up.
They
Ever.
were bigging
ever,
up
ever,
Levy.
ever.
He's good at doing deals.
No, I always say Daniel Levy is good at business and what he's built. He should never ever be involved in the transfer or anything the footballing side at Tottenham. So am I annoyed? Yes. Do I blame Eze for going to Arsenal? No, because he supports the club and he wanted to go there. That's fine. Whatever. I don't want a player who don't want to play for my club. That's no problem at all. In the way in which it's gone about, Spurs only have themselves to blame. Daniel Levy only has himself to blame. And look, I fully support Change for Tottenham. I fully support every single protest that's going on. Everyone that loves to protest against Change for Tottenham. They protest. They protest outside of the stadium. They have been for a while now, you know, trying to make their voices heard because it's not good enough. And look at the way that they deal with things. You got Champions League football. You miss out on Gibbs-White. You miss out on Eze. God knows who else you probably missed out on this summer. It's not good enough. But then what's the point of me getting annoyed? Because it's something I have seen for the last 2 decades of my life.
So it's all Levy's fault.
It's always Levy's fault. Who else's fault? It's not mine. It's not the fans' fault. It's not Thomas Frank's fault. It's the man that's doing the deals.
This is peak idiocy. This is peak stupidity. At its very best, at its finest hour. You have a player that you need. Maddison's injured. Kulusevski's injured, right? Brandon Johnson is not a technically gifted guy in terms of chance creation. He's getting the goal back post. You know you need the profile. You know the player prefers Arsenal. You know the player has agreed terms with you, so all you need to do is agree terms with the club. That is Crystal Palace. You know Crystal Palace are always hard, tough negotiators. We've seen it with Mark Gurhey. We've seen it previously with Eze. So you know that they're not going to drop their asking price too much, and you know there was a release clause which expired, so you know that they're not playing games. And Tottenham, after losing out on Willian, deadline day, medical, all these other deals. Luis Diaz.
What's my man's name again?
He literally was
Dybala.
he was signing the contract.
Dybala.
Yeah.
You'd think to yourself, do you know what? Arsenal are moving a bit jittery. Arsenal are... They didn't make a move until Havertz got injured. Let's just get this deal done, just for the good times, just for old times' sake. Let's just get this deal done. So Arsenal don't get a player they desperately need for their system. So Arsenal don't get desperately closer to servicing Gyökeres now with proper chance creation, because boy was I licking my lips of a left wing of Madueke, Trossard and Martinelli fighting it out. Oh, it was looking fucking creme de la creme. Yeah, it was looking beautiful. Flex, don't look around, look at me. Look at me.
I'm looking at you, mate.
It was looking great. I love Mikel Merino as an 8. I watch him. I drool to see Mikel Merino in the 8
Or the 9.
or the 9.
Yeah.
10.
Havertz.
He's right in the 9.
Yeah, he's all right, yeah.
Havertz. How many times is Havertz going to hurt me? He goes to Arsenal. Now he gets injured. His injury forces this.
No, but you know what, right? There's talk that, I saw one journalist saying that Arsenal have been talking
I saw that.
Yeah.
secretly to Crystal Palace since the 10th of August.
Listen.
So,
Yeah.
like, so look who
Ben Jacobs was saying that even in July, you spoke to him.
Andrew Burt, I'll tell you, that guy should have said it.
Yeah,
on
but
the
you
transfer
still
show
didn't
this
go
morning.
for him, though.
He should apply for it.
That's what's
think
weird.
The CIA.
Yeah, but
That's
I think
weird,
the
though,
Havertz,
don't
the
you think?
Havertz thing obviously did fall
But
short.
that shouldn't even have done that. Like, how has it taken for Havertz to get injured for you to decide to go and get Eze? I still don't understand that, because
It's not good business.
you gave Martinelli a new deal.
Yeah.
You bought Madueke.
Trossard
No,
a new
Trossard.
Trossard a new
Sorry,
deal.
Trossard a new deal. You've bought Madueke, which even now you've got. He was been playing on the left, and now
No, he's
you've
been
got
bought in for the right. That's what I
So
was
that
told.
blocks you from Wanyeri as well. Like, I don't understand now.
Max Dowman.
Now I'm not even more so. Why the hell have you got the Madueke? Like, it don't make no sense.
No, look, see, we're building a bigger squad,
Just
man. Because
squad.
last year,
Options.
right, the problem we had, right, is that we had no options. We had the pure injuries. We were down to the bare bones. Right, they're doing the right thing,
gone too
right?
far, like,
But
how's
what
this
I
going?
like about this, right, is I said, right, is they thought they were getting him, man. They were running up their mouth. I noticed expressions, right? Last night, I'm looking for his video. I'm like, how comes this man ain't done a video yet reacting? Like, I figured he was crying somewhere. Like, I figured maybe he was like down a pub drunk somewhere, or a wine bar or something like that.
Wine bar.
You remember the old wine bars? Like, what I mean? He probably had a canna. You remember the bottles canna?
Canna, yeah.
He's probably in the corner, mash up, right? I see. I
Slump.
just saw it. He did a reaction about an hour ago, saying he's fuming.
All right.
So it's taking him.
I'll
all
tell you
night.
who else is fuming, Rob.
Taking him all night.
Tapping Tobes, right?
Tapping Tobes.
And I wanted to just read the tweet out because
I
it
saw
really
that.
did
I
make
saw
me
that. He
chuckle.
was fuming.
I was in bed last night, the shoulders were going like that. Not like that. Just because I was laughing at this tweet.
Yeah,
Big
pause,
pause.
man. Go on.
He says, I don't
Family
even
show.
want to put a camera on. I could punch every single person on this train right now. I swear to God, words cannot describe such rage. Cucks. Club full of effing cucks. Utterly embarrassing establishment addicted to disgracing themselves in public. Absolutely pathetic institution.
But
Well,
then
it's
he
true.
did put the camera.
That
on
is some-
while
yeah,
was
he did.
walking.
Yeah, when he's walking,
and
you
a
see.
penny for the thoughts of the people in the streets seeing
Around him.
just going mad. Going,
Yes.
What is it with this flipping club? What? Why? Every single time. This
Bro,
flipping club.
people must have looked at him like,
This
are you all right,
flipping
mate?
club. He was
Yeah, but this
going mad. And you know what? Here's the thing.
This
Guess
is what
Spurs
football
fans?
does, man.
Guess what? And I don't care. You can cue all the you lost to them in the European final, or
Which you
you
did,
can't
which
talk.
is a fair- it's a
all
fact.
true.
It's a fact.
Still a
It's
fact.
factual.
Will always be a
fact.
fact.
It's factual.
It's a fact.
Factual.
Do you know what else is a fact?
What's
Go
a
on,
fact?
what's
The
a fact?
football pyramid scheme, yeah, because there is
Ponzi
levels,
FC.
yeah. The food chain
Food
is
chain.
also a fact. You have things like lions and gorillas and stuff at the top, yeah, and they
At the
can
top
go
it's
and eat
just
people
us.
in the middle whenever they want. The same thing I was trying to tell Newcastle fans. You can laugh all you want if you want to use this as a chance right now to say, look at the guy from 15. Say, good, do it, don't care. I'm telling you facts. I'm offering you up facts. For these little man clubs, yeah, it doesn't matter if they've got their first hurrah in 70 years or in your case 17 years. Players don't care. Eze's not going, nah, man, but the footballing project, they're in the Champions, like you said. Oh, they finish here, but they won the Europa League. There is a football food chain.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what stadium you get. It don't matter what type of infrastructure,
games you
NFL
host,
thing,
Beyonce
Beyonce concert,
Go-karts.
Mario
Go-karting,
Kart's underneath
rock
the thing with
climbing.
Yoshi and throwing flipping red shells and all them things there. Laser Quest under there, VR under there. It don't matter what's going on at the stadium. There is a
Yoshi.
football hierarchy, and Spurs will never be at the top of it.
Yeah, but this is my point.
That's it.
This is my point. They
it.
can never
Someone
be.
saying an injured lion is still a lion.
They
I
can
like that.
they can still they can
There
never
you
be
go.
at the
I
top
like
of
that.
it because they don't think like a big club. You don't make moves to become a big club. You think that finishing and winning the trophy, which is great because we needed to end a 17-year drought, is the pinnacle of it. It's not. Go and push on. You've managed to get Champions League football somehow, some way. Go and push on. Back the team. This has happened. I actually feel sorry, right, for every single manager that's ever been at Spurs because it's effectively having one hand
They
tied
chose to
behind
go
your back.
there.
I know, but I don't think they realise. It's like when you date a man and then the man is telling you all this stuff, love bombing you, and then you get there and it's a totally different guy when you're in a relationship. You've got one
that
hand
experience?
yeah,
No, but they know.
one hand tied behind your back
They
with
know. You
everything.
think Thomas Frank's surprised at this?
No, I don't, and that's why I'm not surprised. But this is what I'm angry. I'm annoyed.
Oh,
I
so
get
you
it.
are angry
No,
then.
but I am angry.
Well, hold on a minute.
I am angry.
Oh, so you're
Wait a minute.
About 4 minutes
Crash
and
out.
38 seconds ago, you said you didn't care.
No, I didn't say I didn't care. I didn't say I didn't care. I said
You said you're not upset.
I said I'm not upset because I'm not holding.
Not upset, you're
I'm not
angry.
even holding it against Eze, right?
Disappointed.
I'm genuinely not even holding it against the guy. Not one bit. I
He's
think
an Arsenal fan.
Go. You're an Arsenal fan. No problem. Go.
got left by the
Not
academy
a
when he was a
problem.
kid.
I am
Circle of
angry.
life.
I'm angry as I always am with the board, with the chairman, with the club.
You weren't angry when they
That's
got
what I'm
Paulinho.
angry
You said
about.
that's good business.
Yes,
You weren't,
good
You weren't
business.
angry when you got Kudu. You
Yeah,
said that's
but
fantastic.
that needs
You weren't
to-
angry when they sacked Ange. That shows a bit ambition.
And when they were getting Morgan Gibbs right, they were all jumping up
because
and down.
that's a step
And
in the
Wissa
right
and Buemo.
direction. That would be a step in the right direction.
As-
Build, add to it. Don't piss about. If you want a player, put the money down, go and get your player, and move on to the next.
Abby use a
as-
window
as-
shopper.
Where's my rattle?
As
Jewelry
Flick-
store looking
listen,
at you
as
can't
Flick
buy.
The Lions. We're like, ugh. You lot hyenas, man. You know like when you see them programs on TV, right? The lions eating the food and that, and then
That's what happened with Kudus.
you see the little hyenas running behind there,
Then they go,
and they
"Move,
try to
boy."
run in 1 minute, and the lion just go,
Yeah.
ah!
That's what happened.
Wait,
Leg on that.
I'll leave your cynical bones under at the end. Move.
That's what they did with Cunha.
I'm telling you, man.
With
right?
Kudus, sorry. That's what they did with Kudus. Because Chelsea were meant to go in for Kudus. They were trying to do a swap deal with Dewsbury Hall. Now Kudus dreams to play for Tottenham. Rubbish. He doesn't dream of nothing.
It was always in his heart.
It
he
was
said.
never
Kudus.
never was in his heart or in his head or
It's in his bank
in
account.
any other part of his body, right? Man wanted to go to a top team. Unfortunately, top teams didn't come in quick enough. Hyena came in, rip up the meat, run. You think
telling
West Ham
you.
wanted to sell to Tottenham? No chance.
tell
No
you.
chance.
No,
No
of
chance.
course
Just had
not.
to.
They
curse-
basically were feeding when the lion was sleeping.
You know what
That's
it is,
was.
right? The curse on Tottenham is back, right? You got lifted when you won that
Yeah,
Europa
temporarily.
For a
Yeah.
day.
League, and then Expressions went down to the Emirates Stadium with that trophy.
And then he was partying with the
And
PSG
ever
fans as well.
since,
That didn't help.
ever since he went down to the Emirates Stadium with that trophy, the curse is back. They were 2-0 up in the Club World Cup. Well,
No, no, no.
sorry,
Super
not
Cup,
Club World,
Super
Super
Cup.
Cup
Slow down,
final.
buddy.
2-0 up in the Super
Get your
Cup
facts
final,
right, buddy, huh?
right? And then PSG came back and made it 2-2. They were up in the penalty shootout. They ended up losing that, right? They thought they had Morgan Gibbs White. They even got a here we go. No
They
one
did
ever
get
gets
Here we
Mad.
go.
That's a mad.
Everybody who gets a here we
to
go,
Here we know, bro.
the player goes, right?
98%.
Fabrizio,
Right? And they got
Here
a
we
here.
know. Here we
they
know,
got,
bro.
They got a here we go, right?
We've had two.
And
here
he
we
didn't
know.
go, right? And now this. You cannot tell me the curse ain't back.
I'm telling you, this is
Sol Campbell 2.0.
their thing would be like it's not like Sol
It is.
No. It's
It
not.
is,
It's
man.
not